Senior Celsius, Senior Celsius, such a happy, happy worm. Senior Celsius, Senior Celsius, teaches us temperatures we've learned. Oh, hey, my name is Senior Celsius. What's happening? I am friends with Mr. Jason. I teach 5th grade science. I teach the Celsius degrees, and the 100 degrees Celsius is boiling, and the 0 degrees is freezing. You know, that's what I do. I'm friends with Mr. Jason. He's obviously not here today, so he said, "Hey, can you dance the Celsius dance song, and then maybe do some math for my kids, you know?" So I'm gonna help out a little bit. He's a good guy. I hope y'all are nice to him. So I'm gonna try to do this. I'm not really math. I don't know. Sometimes my accent it goes away. You know, sometimes it turns Australian. I don't know. Or sometimes back to English if I don't know what I'm doing. You know. So just be ready for that, okay? Just be nice to me and I'll be nice to you, okay? I'm a good substitute. I'm not mean. Only unless you mean. Then I mean. I don't play with kids, okay? Kids. Kids, not Kiss. That's bad. Okay, so number one, we're gonna do 4. I'm gonna do 4 problems for you. See, I'm kind of going Italian right now. I don't even know. I just can't do it, you know, it's accent. Alright, which problem situation best matches the equation 254 equals 14x plus 178? So I know some math. I know that 178 is gonna be a total somewhere. It's gonna be like a number, one number, like all by itself. I think it's called a constant. Okay, so it would be like that's what it always is, right? And then this 14x, that's a coefficient and a variable, right? The x is the variable. The 14 is the coefficient, but that doesn't matter. It's okay. But 14x is 14 times something, right? So that x right there is gonna be it's gonna be something we don't know, right? Well, I think I see it in the problem already. And then the total like you know, maybe it's a bill. The total something, whatever added together, and it's going to be 254. So we need to go through here, and there's a lot of problems on here, but we're going to read it, okay? So let's just look for, let's read letter A. The plumber's bill to repair Mr. Sanford's shower was $178. The plumber's charges $14 per hour for labor, and the parts were used to cost $254. So how many hours did the plumber work? So the hours is good, right? It's 14 times per hour, the x, 14 times x. So this right here is good. That right there is good. So what's the total though? What's the total of the bill? In the problem, it says the total is $178. Well, that equal sign right there, that means total. So the total in the problem is 254. So it can't be A. It can't be A. B, the plumber's bill to repair Mr. Sanford's shower was $178. No, see, we just did A, and we said it can't be. The total bill is $254. So it can't be 178. So it can't be B either. C, the plumber's bill to repair Mr. Sanford's shower was $254. That's true, right? That's got the equals up there. Equals 254. The plumber charges $14 per hour for labor, right? Mr. Jason would be proud of me right now. I'm telling you. Yeah. All right, so plumbers cost a lot more than that, I know, because I've used a plumber before. It's $14 an hour. Please. Find me a plumber that's $14 an hour. I'll find you a plumber that isn't a plumber anymore because he's out of business. Anyway, so, and the parts, $14 per hour for labor. So, and the parts were used to cost $178. So how many hours did the plumber work? Right? $14 per hour. So we don't know how many hours. So that 14, right? That $14 per hour right there, that's good. That's 14x. That's good. Okay, that's good. And then, let me change colors. Technology is crazy, right? Anyways, the plumbers, let's see here. And the parts cost $178. So that's a constant, right? That's a constant, $178 for the parts. Right there, $178 for the parts. And what does it say about the total bill? The total bill, The plumber's bill to repair Mr. Sanford's shower was $254. Yes, $254. This is C. And because you're in middle school, you're going to say, hey, it's C, so why would I even look at D? I don't know. All right, so it is C. That's a tough problem. Okay, so it's very important when you take your test that you just take your time. If the first question is that long, then do a little bit of work on it and come back, and if you know what a constant is, then that'll help you. But those are tough, so it's important that you try your best. But then if you get to an easy problem, it's important that you get that right. So the hard ones like that one, if you get wrong, it's okay. It's not perfect. I'm not perfect, obviously. I mean, look at me, jeez. All right, number 2. What is the value? Look what I'm doing. I mean, it's crazy. I'm not perfect. All right, sorry. Number 2. What is the value of x if 2x plus 10 equals 30? All we're doing is finding out what x is. Some of you can probably do that in your head. So in my class, in Mr. Jason's class, I tell kids, I say, hey, let's draw a line so we get a left side and a right side. What's the constant? The 10 is the constant, right? The plus 10. Okay, the variable is the x right there. It wants to be alone. It's like, hey, I had a bad day. I don't want any hugs. I don't want anybody to talk to me. Nobody ask me any questions. Just go away. So we want to send everything else to the other side, like over to here, right? We all been there. We all want to be alone sometimes. All right, so we're going to do the variable last, okay? So we do a constant first, and we'll do a variable last. All right, here we go. So we're always going to do the inverse. That's a big word, I know. You didn't know I was educated, did you? Yeah, I'm educated. So we're always going to do the inverse. It's the opposite, all right? And you can't just do it one time. You got to do it 2 times. You got to do it 2 times. Both sides, you're going to do it. It's like fractions, right? You do it to the top, you got to do it to the bottom. Algebra, you do it to the left, you got to do it to the right. That could make a new dance for that, yeah? All right. So now we got 2x. I'm going to bring this down, right? Because plus 10 and negative 10 is 0. So now we have 2x equals 30 minus 10, which is 20. So what does that mean right there? It's something easy. It really just means 2 times what equals 20, right? You know what that is. It's 10, right? But just if you don't know that, then you just do the inverse. What's the opposite of multiplying by 2? You divide by 2, okay? 20 divided by 2 is 10. That's ugly. There they go. There we go. Okay, so that's number 2. Number 3, we got a solving graph. Solving graph is the inequality, right? Because it says a greater than or equal to thing there, sign, right? All right. I'm educated, I know. All right, so it's the same thing. It's the same thing as number 2. It's no different. Really, you just draw the line, you do your work, you get it done. Stop thinking about it. Quit acting like you're confused. All right, so in Mr. Jason's class, we draw a line. They draw a line. I don't know why I say we, it's they. We always do the variable last, okay? So let's do the constant first, right? It's plus 5. We want to get it away. We do minus 5. Both sides, like fractions, right? Top, bottom, right? All right, algebra, right, left, right, whatever. Minus 5. So that's 0. So now negative 3 times n, and 29 minus 5 is 24. All right, so there's a special rule that's about to come up. I wonder if some of you already know it, right? If you multiply or divide by a positive, that was stupid. If you multiply or divide by a negative, then you got to turn the inequality. You got to like flip it around. You got to like, whoosh, and flip it. Oh, that was pretty slick, right? So it's like this, and you, okay, then you just flip it, all right? So I know it's weird. I don't know why. It's math, okay? I know that 100 degrees is boiling and 0 is freezing, okay? Anyways, when you divide or multiply by a negative in an inequality, you take the sign and you flip it, okay? All right, so we're going to divide by a negative, right? Negative 3. Negative 3. So in 24 divided by negative 3 is negative 8, right? But this sign right here, we got to turn it around. Okay, so we're going to flip that sign to where it's just the opposite. It's not greater than anymore. It's less than. Okay? So on the number line, I don't know what your teacher wants to do, but I don't know what even Mr. Jason wants to do, but I know what I'm going to do. I'm only going to put one mark, and it's going to be a -8, like that. Oh, sorry. And then, is it equal to -8? N is less than or equal to -8, right? So did we say the word equal? Yes, anytime you have an equal, it's a dot. It's a full dot, right? Because it's equal to 8. But also it's what? To 8. It's everything less. I don't know if I'm going to point the right way because this thing is there. It's everything less that way. N is less than or equal to 8. So everything less is also to the left. Okay? Don't complicate it, man. It's not that difficult, okay? All right, number 4. What is, oh, you're like, oh, it's a fraction. Oh, no, my life is over. It's not a fraction. Come on. What is the solution for x when that, right? It's not a fraction. It looks like a fraction, but it's not. Quit being scared. It's not okay to be scared no more. X divided by 11 plus 10 is greater than 13, okay? So, really, don't do this. It just means this. X divided by 11 plus 10. That's what it means. It's the same thing. Come on. Technology. Okay, so same thing. We're going to draw the line. What wants to be alone? The X wants to be alone. Hey, I had a bad day. My girl left me. I want to be alone. Go away, please. I want to sit and watch television by myself, so leave me alone. No talking. So the X wants to be alone. Let's get rid of everything else. We're going to send it to the other side. Now, if you're like a science person, you think about this line here as a balance, right? You want to keep it balanced. So if you do something to this side, right? Like take 10 away, then you got to do to this side too. Take 10 away. Jazz hands, man. All right, so look, we're going to take 10 away, minus 10, both sides, right? Keep it balanced. Oh, keep it balanced. Minus 10. So now, that's 0. X divided by 11 is greater than 13 minus 10, which is 3. Okay, so we're always doing the inverse, right? It's the opposite. I know. You know I'm educated. I went to college, man. You don't even know. All right, so X divided by 11 is greater than 3. Okay, so we're going to do the opposite. What's the opposite of dividing by 11? Senor Celsius knows. What's the opposite of dividing? Multiplying. So we're going to multiply. You can't just multiply one side. You got to do both, right? Do both. Times 11 on both sides. Times 11 times 11. So this ends up being just that. If that doesn't make sense to you, then I went over it a lot. No, Mr. Jason went over it a lot in class, and that just equals 11 over 11x, which just equals 1, right? So it's 1x. X is greater than 3 times 11 is 33. 3 times 11 is 33. So x is greater than 33. You want to know what that looks like on a graph, even though I don't say to? It's beautiful. You could do this. 33. Is it equal to 33? No. No. It's greater. So it's not equal. So it's an open circle just like that. Like a donut. Does that make you hungry? I want a donut now. X is greater than 33. There you go. That's all for me. Number 1, 2, 3, and 4. So listen, seriously, tests, right? Oh, wow, we have a test. I hate tests. Why we always take tests? We take Star Renaissance, and we take Common Assessment, and we take Interim, and we take quizzes, and all that stuff. Man, your whole life is a test. Your whole life is a test. Every day is a test. You get tested all the time. You know what a test is? A test is when you see somebody doing something in the hallway that they're not supposed to. You're getting tested if you see it. And the test is, are you going to be somebody that helps out? Or are you going to be somebody that watches? So quit complaining about tests all the time. I know it's a lot of knowledge and stuff to know, but seriously, you get tested all the time. Just do what's right. You know what's right in math class, in school? Just do your best. That's all you can do, right? Just try. All right, that's it. I'm gone. Bye.